Hey guys, so my group's chapter from the Strategies for Test Success book was based on NCLEX preparation. And that goes into play when we're in the nursing program and when we're out of the nursing program. Before the nursing program as well, but we're here now. So when does preparation starts? It starts now. The book says that we need to start with the plan, meaning we need to familiarize ourselves with the questions that are going to be on the test, know the format of the test, because knowing these things will eliminate all types of anxieties that we may have about the test. If we know exactly what we're preparing for, if we know how it's going to look, what kind of questions they're going to ask, and all those sort of things, we will not have test anxiety. I know a lot of people struggle with test anxiety and, oh my goodness, am I ready, and stuff like that. But if we familiarize ourselves with the information ahead of time, which is now, we'll be well prepared when it comes. And here comes the nursing process, because the book states that we need to start with a self-assessment. Self-assessment meaning we need to realize what our strengths are. We need to realize what our weaknesses are. And we know what our strengths and weaknesses are. And we can implement those in our preparation. Because if we know that we only can work by ourselves, we need to work by ourselves when we're preparing. If we know we need a group of people, same thing. If we study in this specific place, we need to study there when we're preparing for the exam, and so on. And that's what the book was saying in a nutshell on that part of it, of the self-assessment, because if we assess ourselves and we know our strengths, we can pass those strengths on to someone who may be lacking in the area that we are not struggling in. And vice versa for us, for our weaknesses. We can see someone who is strong in that point, and they can help us through trying to get to that point where they are in the strong situation. And the next one states we have to schedule the exam. Scheduling the exam it doesn't seem like a big part of it, but it is, because once we graduate, we're like, oh my goodness, do I take the test now? Do I wait? The book states a month and a half to 2 months is long enough. We don't want to wait. We don't want to take it as soon as we're done with the program, but we don't want to take it 3 months later either, because then it's maybe too late. So we'll be well prepared, and we need to schedule accordingly to how we feel like our readiness will be at that point. Once we got the schedule away, once we've scheduled our exam, here comes the implementing our plan and what we've been planning, what we're going to do. If we have, I believe it said 1 minute and 38 seconds for every single question. Each single question, we need just that, 1 minute and 38 seconds. And boom, don't think about it again. Don't change your answer. When you write it down, that's it. Go to the next one. We'll be ready. We're good. We don't have to erase anything. I always say, if you don't know it now, you're not gonna know it. So, I mean, we'll be fully prepared though. We'll be fine. And in that point, we're implementing our plan and studying and getting ready for that test date. And then after that, we should be good. The book stated everything specifically, not even specifically, it was in a broad standpoint. Those websites are on there. They gave us tips. As a couple tips that I can take from it was, and my group as well, we wrote down tips, and I'm gonna state a couple of them. One of them being, you can, like I said, work in a group with people, prepare for the exam. People study different from you. You may learn something from their study habits. Also, when we're in clinical, we have patients every single day. We're probably going to have multiple patients a day. And we can take from those, not write down their names, because that's a violation of HIPAA. However, but we can write down their situation, see what they came in for, and see how we can help them. Put it in a portfolio and use it for studying for the exam.